Kaylee McKeown and Regan delivered one of the most technically fascinating sprint races in modern swimming during the women's 100-meter backstroke final in Singapore. This race was not just about speed. It was about tactics, physiology, psychology, and precision under pressure. What happened in those few seconds reveals powerful lessons about elite performance. What made this race so highly anticipated? Both swimmers entered the final as dominant forces in backstroke. McKeown had built a reputation for delivering her best performances when medals are on the line, while Smith arrived with exceptional speed and confidence after strong performances earlier in the season. How did their season form shape expectations? Smith had shown slightly faster early speed throughout the season, often leading races at the halfway point. McKeown had demonstrated consistency and an ability to close races stronger than almost anyone in the field, making the final outcome highly unpredictable. Did the lane draw matter in this final? Both athletes were placed in central lanes, which allows swimmers to sense each other's presence and adjust effort subconsciously. This proximity often increases psychological pressure and sharpens competitive instincts. What was the main difference in their race strategies? Smith focused on building speed early using aggressive underwater kicks and a fast tempo. McKeown relied on controlled power, maintaining efficiency early so she could unleash a stronger finish over the final meters. Who had the better start? McKeown reacted slightly faster off the blocks, gaining a small early advantage in timing. However, Smith's underwater phase and breakout allowed her to build momentum quickly after the first few meters. Why are underwater kicks so important in backstroke? Underwater dolphin kicks generate higher speed than surface swimming when executed correctly. Smith's underwater strength allowed her to surge ahead during the early phase of the race despite McKeown's quicker reaction. Who led the race halfway through? Smith reached the wall first at the halfway mark, confirming her strategy of establishing early control. McKeown stayed extremely close, positioning herself perfectly for the second half. What happened during the middle phase of the race? Between the middle meters, both swimmers showed remarkable efficiency. Smith maintained a high stroke rate to preserve her lead, while McKeown emphasized power per stroke, conserving energy while keeping the gap small. How did physiology influence the outcome? Smith's aggressive early effort likely produced higher lactate levels sooner, increasing fatigue near the end. McKeown's pacing allowed her muscles to sustain force production longer, giving her a decisive advantage in the closing meters. Where did the race begin to turn in McKeown's favor? The shift occurred late in the final length when McKeown's stroke remained strong while Smith's tempo began to tighten slightly. This is where efficiency defeated raw early speed. What technical details helped McKeown win? Her body position stayed flatter, her kick rhythm remained consistent, and her hand entry remained clean under fatigue. These subtle elements preserved propulsion when it mattered most. How important was mental strength in this final? The ability to tolerate discomfort and maintain technique under extreme fatigue separates champions from finalists. McKeown demonstrated superior composure and belief during the final meters. What does this race reveal about elite sprint swimming? Victory is not decided by speed alone. It depends on timing, strategy, biomechanics, emotional control, and the ability to execute a plan when pressure is highest. What lessons can young swimmers learn from this race? Pacing matters more than going all out early. Technique under fatigue must be trained, not hoped for. Race intelligence is just as important as physical strength. What does this rivalry mean for the future of backstroke? This rivalry is pushing both swimmers to new technical and physical levels. It suggests that the limits of women's backstroke are still expanding, and future finals will likely be even faster and more tactical. Finally, how will this race be remembered? Not just as a close finish, but as a masterclass in elite race execution, where patience, control, and precision ultimately overcame raw early speed. If you enjoyed this deep analysis and want more educational breakdowns of elite sport moments, don't forget to share this video, like it, and subscribe to the channel for future content.